She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Alright guys, so I'm here with a big thank you video. Because even with like all the drama going on, especially it was kind of dying out, and I'm glad for that. I was like, because it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I made a video, he made a video, then I corrected him in a live stream. But that is not the issue. The issue is this, because we're just going to let that die. We're going to just ignore it and move on. And just continue with our lives. And still, you know, you can support me easily. Just do hashtag support Supreme. Just let you know, just so I know who is there, who's like got my back, and who is here for the long run. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just want to know, I just created that as in, you know, a way for you guys to know that you guys are important to me, that I know that you guys are supporting me. And a big way to say thank you is by telling you, one, why I'm grateful. So I'm up on Social Blade, and as you can see, we hit 1,000 views. 361 views in the last 30 days, up 161.6%. And we're just growing. We may not be getting more and more subscribers, but we are getting more and more views. And I am entirely grateful because of it. I even have my YouTube studio pulled up. And we'll just go to the dashboard real quick. We have 32.3 hours of watch time within the previous 28 days. We got 11.6. That's up 178%. And views are up 208%. And we now have 3 videos with over 100 views. This one has 10 likes to 0 dislikes. This one with 4 likes to 1 dislike. And this one 4 likes to 1 dislike. And so as a way to really say thank you, I am going to be watching the newest rising video on my channel, which is What is Xana? And that is my newest video with over 100 views. This one has been carrying big and is almost up to 200 views. Oh, you guys can't see it? Yeah, this one right here is almost up to 200 views. And this one's at 103 views. The one that just recently broke 100 is now at 155. So we're going to watch that together. Now this was back in July, so I don't know what it's going to be like.
She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Alright guys, so in this episode... Oh, this was back when I would select a picture. and just use that for like the entire video while I just discussed what I was talking about. So this one being talking about Xana and what is Xana. Which, before I go on, my pinned comment right here actually told me more information that I need to do more research on. So this might actually get a part 2. Well, not really a part 2, more of an updated version of it. So we're going to be talking about Xana and what is Xana. So I was thinking about, fan theories and stuff like that, because I did one over a really stupid one I found in Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, Dragon Ball Super. And I will post a card somewhere where you can go check that one out. Alright. So, yeah, this was also when I first started getting into these cards. But not only that, but this was also during a time where I just started looking on the internet for videos about like anime and stuff, and I found a lot of like fan theories, and a lot of people who do fan theories aren't actual fans. And when I mean they're not actual fans, I mean they're not people who, they may like the show, so they call themselves a fan, but they are what I would call a casual fan. So they watch it every now and then, and they don't really have a strong grasp of the entire like franchise, the entire show. And if you're going to create a theory, you need to have a good concept of the show. And not only that, but you need to kind of be responsive to criticisms that you may get when it comes to the theory. Because, remember, each different franchise has its own, like, group of diehard fans. And those are the people that you're going to want to convince about your theory. Because of the fact that they're going to have the most information about it, and they're going to be more confrontational when you give false information. Now, I have done some debunking of stupid theories in the past, but I am not a diehard fan of Dragon Ball or Code Lyoko. I'm a huge fan, but I wouldn't call myself a diehard. I'd say about a super fan. Meaning, I've watched every episode multiple times. I know a lot of information about it, but I didn't do a lot of reading into like the mangas and stuff, the comic books, because Code Lyoko has comic books, not manga. If you want to know the difference, that one's really hard to explain. I will get more information on the difference. I just know that there is a difference, and once I get the information, I will create a video talking about it. But I don't have all the information. So if I'm going to create a theory, I'm going to create a theory that is proven, like it gives a lot of evidence in the show and is proven, but isn't flat out said. And when I see people making theories about different things, like about shows that I'm a huge fan of, and I don't have like all the information, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, come out and say, this is not a smart theory. It's like you have these plot holes, these plot holes, these plot holes. And if someone goes, it's like, oh, those are covered. It's like, but, it's like, these ones are covered. It's like, well, you also have these ones too. So it's like always providing enough information, like from point A to point B, where even if like one or two bits of like holes get like plugged in, you still have a lot more. But anyways, this one literally just talks about what is Xana. And it's like a question that kept popping up. What is Xana? What is Xana? Who is Xana? Who created Xana? Why is Xana around? Why can't they stop Xana? It's different stuff like that. I want to answer some of those questions right now. Who is Xana? Xana is a program that exists in Lyoko. Who created Xana? Xana was created by the creator of the supercomputer, Franz Hopper. And what is Xana? That's the real question. So we know that Xana is a program. He was created by Franz Hopper to basically exist in Lyoko. We don't know what his main purpose is, which I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. There's in the comic, which I believe there are a set of comics that take place before the show and a set of comics that take place after the show, which actually go in depth talking about what Xana is and who created Xana and why Xana was created. Which, because I didn't know about these, I didn't have all the information. So this is also another reason why I don't like to speculate on theories where I don't have all the information. Especially because they can come back to bite you. Now, this one I got a little bit of criticism for. Dude was completely nice about it. He said, "We know Xana is an AI-based multi-agent system designed to destroy Project Carthage, which is a super weapon program designed to utilize a super weapon in the virtual world." He really goes on, and I basically told him that this is some of the information I didn't know. I was working off remembering from the show, and that I need to do some more research and make a new video, correcting the false statements. He told me that he highly encouraged reading the 4 chronicles that are canon aftermath to where the show left off. There's a lot of good information in them, which I did find out that there are also a set of comics that took place before, which just tell you more about like the supercomputer, the creation of it, and more about like Franz Hopper and Alita. But yeah, shout out to you, Scott Walker. You really gave me more keys to knowing what Xana is more like, and more information about Code Lyoko. Because it was originally just a small show, and it was based off of the comic books, I believe the Garage Kids. And then it turned into this. It's a really good show. I believe it's Canadian or French. That one I really don't remember. If it's Canadian, I think it was from the French. It was from French Canada. And if it's French, then it's French. But I believe it's a French anime. I'm not entirely sure. But it is really good. And I'm going to actually try and find those comics, get the information, and then do a video correcting my false statements. But we do know from Jeremy that it is a program. He does give us wrong information and say that it's kind of like a virus, but he's not really a virus, because a virus does things initially to just ruin the computer, when the only thing that Xana really cares about when it comes to the supercomputer is that the supercomputer is still on. which I was also kind of wrong about that. Xana wants to destroy Carthage. Yeah. And Xana was actually designed to be a program to save humanity by destroying Project Carthage and the super weapon that came with it, which was actually stated by the Chronicles, which are actually canon and take place after this. So the entire time, Xana is more of what you'd call a double agent. It seems to be, against, humanity, but it's really trying to save it. Now you may go, oh, well, I've seen Cold Lyoko, and that's like a weird way of trying to save it. So you're thinking like a human, while Xana thinks like a form of artificial intelligence. Okay? So Xana is like they're trying to piece together and, think of long-term strategies. That's why when Xana activated a tower and kept rewinding time, it's like we were wondering, why is he doing this? This makes no sense. But then we were to find out that it's making him stronger. Now you go, oh, well, he just found that out or just got lucky or something. It's like, no, he's thinking ahead. And yeah, when he did realize it, he's like, this could easily help me to activate more towers and to defeat Carthage and neutralize the super weapon. Which it was probably already. I don't remember. I'd have to read the books, which I'm still trying to find them. So during this video, all that I'm saying is just a speculation. Don't take it as 100% fact because I don't have all the information. And for that being is because Xana needs the keys to Lyoko so Xana can escape and take control over the real world. Now remember, you have to think about it also like this. Why is he attacking in certain ways that he does? Well, it's simple. He kind of knows about humans and their emotions and stuff like that, but he only knows about it based on a theoretical principle. So he only knows about it basically, what you would learn in books. But it's different for him because he only knows about it through the information that he gains. Like, he can't really tell when people are angry, upset, hungry, unless they say something. Which, that was kind of made clear in, like, one of the episodes where Xana creates a kind of duplicate version of Jeremy. It's like, he doesn't... It doesn't flat out say that he doesn't know about, like, emotions and stuff, but he doesn't seem quite, aware of how people are feeling or what some of their thoughts entail. Either that or he's just ignoring it. Like I said, it wasn't really stated, so there's not a lot of information on that. He can't really tell. He can't read emotions. I pretty much just explained that a AI is basically a sociopath. It's like, he's coming to kill you. And he can't feel remorse about it. So that kind of gives it a little bit of a disadvantage because Xana wants to take control of the Earth. But we also do know that Xana did gain its own sentience because Franz Hopper did point out that it has its own sentience and it's autonomous. So one thing that we know is that, which, I don't, like I said, I don't have all the information, but he did state that it is an autonomous creation, but because I don't have the information about what takes place before or what takes place after, I don't really know if that's actually accurate, or if he basically said that in a report basically to, because remember, during this time he was a scientist, so he had to write reports for people who weren't working on the project to understand. And if you're not a well-in-depth scientist, then you're really not going to understand. It also explains why the government, kidnapped him, because if it's not autonomous, but he wrote it has autonomous features, then they're basically seeing it as like a self-learning robot. Well, more of a self-learning program, and it can learn based off of what it's given in front of it. Which, like I was saying, I'm just speculating. There's more information that we need to gather first. Not only did it stop learning what it was originally supposed to learn, but now it's learning anything it can start learning, because it gained sentience and it gained its autonomy. So pretty much Xana can do anything that Xana has knowledge of, and because it has its own sentience, it can go off which I'm going to go ahead and admit, I did make that extremely vague. It's like Xana can do anything that it has knowledge of, but I mean, that's pretty much any AI or any program. It's like, as long as it has knowledge of it, it can do it. A big thing that was that I really wouldn't consider it, a software or an AI. It's more of like a robotic feature. It went popular like I think years ago. But the Da Vinci robot, which is used to do more in-depth surgeries, doing surgery on a grape, that was like where it actually peeled the skin off, which is like a thin layer, which was really impressive. So, I mean, that was more controlled by man with like these little tiny movements like about that, which if you can't see on camera, I did actually move my hand. It's really hard to tell. So like that. And it was more controlled by a doctor, but still, it's one of those things. And I mean, it's a huge step in technology. It's like, it's programmed and it knows how to move based on how the doctor moves and how the doctor reacts. Now, I should probably use one that's more appropriate. Let's say the AI in Grand Theft Auto 5. They drive around all day, but because they want to make it more realistic, humans don't drive 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They will have them stop at different areas because it knows that's what humans do. So they'll stop at patches of dirt off the side of the highway, parking lots, and stuff like that. Which is why in GTA servers you see like random like trashy cars just parked on the side of the highway, or just like randomly parked in parking lots. That's usually why. It's because if you follow an AI around, eventually they're going to do that. And study whatever it feels like. Which is what AI already do. So, in the end, Xana is basically, I would say, it's not a virus, but it's a program with sentience. So, let's just go ahead and say that Xana is an agent. Now, what would that mean in the technical sense? Well, it would mean that it's not a virus because it's not doing anything negative to the computer itself. It's not a program because it's learning more than it originally was originally supposed to learn. Which a lot of people, when they think of program, they think of it as a form of AI. But here, I'm going to show you something real quick. This right here, this is a program. I mean, yeah, it's technically multiple programs to create an app itself to more edit audio. But it's still just a program, so it can only do certain things that it knows about. Which I know I'm being vague here, but I'm going to explain it in a little bit more depth. So basically, when it's created, we give it the information that it needs, and then it runs off that information. Any more information it can't do because it doesn't have it. Now, that's why we have updates, so it can gain more information and be, more efficient and do more. That's why, for instance, video games always get updates. It's because it takes care of glitches, it patches up glitches, and it fixes bugs in the programming. But yeah. And an agent is more of an artificial intelligence program, which is basically a program that as time progresses, it evolves and it advances. This is all just, theoretical. But what it would do is it would run its current programs, and if it noticed something that wasn't working correctly, it would, it would study it and it would try to fix it, and it would basically keep learning and evolving. And it would do multiple things to go, okay, are any of these working? It's like, okay, these two are working. It's like, keep going. It's like, okay, this one has a problem, this one doesn't. Keep going with that one. So basically, it's like a program that fixes itself. That's why it's only theoretical, because we don't actually have things that do that. I could be wrong. There could be some form of agent out there. Leave down a comment below if you know any current active program. Obviously, easily accessed by the public. One that's just run by private companies or the military. People aren't. It's like you just say that it's a thing, but you're just speculating as well. Unless you work for the company and you want to release and demonstrate it, then go ahead and leave a video and just just I don't know, share it with me. But it also has more knowledge than what your average program would. So we're going ahead and say that it's an agent meant to learn and study human beings, their strengths and weaknesses. And once it gained control of itself, gained its sentience, it's trying to use that to continue studying humans, but also to try and escape Leo. I really hate how cringy my pauses are. I don't really, do as much pausing as I used to. Now I'm more confident, and I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead, let's do this, let's talk about this, let's just go. And it's like back then I was like, yeah guys, yeah, so I have this this thing that I want to talk about. Yeah, and the people and the that book that you get from the library that's kind of opens and closes. Sometimes it has words in it, but not all the time. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm like, this is like my second most popular video. And it's like, I'm just like watching it and cringing at it, going like, oh my god, all these pauses. I'm like, I was like, come on, I need to be more confident. It's like, what's going on with me? But it's like, seriously, he's like, I'm just like pausing. It's like, yeah, it's like, Nintendo and shit. You with controllers and, buttons and stuff. I'm like, come on, dude, just get your point out. It's like, yeah, the Nintendo Entertainment Console has like a really good controller, small. It has these like great button presses with the noise. It's just perfect. And the feel of the controller is just perfect, how it just perfectly sets in your hand. I don't like the rectangle shape because of the corners and stuff. But, that's just me. That's my personal opinion. And it's like, see, that's how you get it out. Perfect. By the way, if you're wondering why I brought up the Nintendo Entertainment Center, I have like one of these things that you can get at the mall that has like 500 games, and I've been playing it like crazy, and it is like a blast. It has like all great Nintendo games. It has some like Japanese based ones, which I still don't know how to play because I can't read Japanese. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. Go and take over the world. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Basically me talking about, what is... Alright. Alright, so that was basically me. Let's go ahead and post a comment. Get some confidence. Confidence? Yeah. Get some confidence, man. The pauses are crazy. And you can do this. Come on, with my hashtag. There we go. But that was my most, well, now coming up as my second most watched. But I mean, comparing it to this one's been out since August 10th. This one's been out since July 7th, so almost a month. And this one has more views by 42. That is just crazy. And I mean, I really love doing videos like this, and it actually got me, like, it actually boosted up my confidence. I mean, if I know the people and stuff, it's like I can talk to them and I can communicate and actually have like a nice conversation without all these pauses and stuff. But when it comes to talking to people that I don't know all over the world, and I'm basically just like, hey man, what's going on? It's like, me talking, blah, blah. I'll basically just pause because I'm nervous. Now it's kind of helped me get over that, and I'm not as nervous as I used to be. So we've been recording for about 33 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. And I'm going to actually, right after this, be uploading another video. So be on the lookout for that, because it is going to be in dedication to someone I work with. So, yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.